Our first missionary letter this evening is from the Mercers, our missionaries to South Africa. Alan and Marion Mercer, our missionaries to South Africa. Precious prayer partners, as I write this letter on November 3rd, you folks are on the verge of the most important election ever. So much is at stake in the USA and the entire world. Everybody knows, and those who are honest will admit that what happens in America affects the rest of the world. As someone once said, when America sneezes, the world catches a cold. Hence, we are earnestly praying for God's will, God's party, God's man to be elected. Over here, things are pretty much the same as before, except for the one here in Nels Pruitt. All of our churches are open and worshiping, but with the COVID-19 restrictions. As shown in the picture from Hazy View Church, the distancing of 1.5 meters between seats and the wearing of masks is required. I've preached out at Hazy View twice recently, and it was such a great personal blessing. Singing with masks on was frustrating, but the corporate fellowship was so sweet, and the ability to preach again was such a joy. One does not realize the blessing of our calling until the opportunities are no longer there. It's been so refreshing to get together again with the men in the village churches for the monthly seminars. Our last meeting was at the Huntington Church, and the men were so excited to meet again. As can be seen from the picture, we had a fair turnout. Due to work, some of the regulars could not attend. There were, however, 4 men there who are full-time in the ministry and 2 young men who are considering Bible college next year. Brother Michael Kosa, the younger brother of Pastor Orlando, has finished his 3 years of Bible college in Witbank. After graduating at the end of last year, he became the assistant to Pastor Orlando and has been a real blessing. He is gaining some important experience there and hopes to start a church of his own soon. Our church, and we support these 2 men, plus 2 others out there. This past Saturday, we had our first men's breakfast in a long time in Nels Pruitt. Pastor John Tucker spoke to us, and his challenge on soul winning was most appropriate. Once again, our turnout was fair. Illness and work kept some of our men away. The joy of renewed fellowship was very evident, and the men were determined to keep it going. We used the opportunity after the food and message to talk about getting our church meeting again. I will be contacting the school where we meet again to see the situation, and our men are investigating other possibilities. It was good to sense an urgency amongst the men to find something. There's been some action in the other churches. At Hazy View, John has led an elderly Catholic lady to the Lord. After his message, she spoke with John and wept as she accepted Jesus as her Savior. She's been faithful to services ever since. You might remember me telling you about a prostitute that Janine, John's wife, led to the Lord about a year ago on the streets. Well, she led her friend, a fellow prostitute, to the Lord, and both now have regular jobs and are growing in the Lord. They recently both had job transfers to Johannesburg and have led another lady to the Lord there. All of this because one lady, Janine, stopped at the side of a road, gave some food, showed some love, and witnessed. It is very simple if we will just do it, myself included. Thank you, and if you would now take a few moments of your time and pray for the Mercers, our missionaries to South Africa.